Okay?
Okay.
Uh, the consequences of distraction. Number one, Allah turns away from the worshipper. Prophet Muhammad said, when a servant stands to pray, Allah turns his attention towards him. If we can use the word attention, Allah doesn't have attention. Allah always with us and seeing us. But when he turns away, when you turn away from Allah by your eyes or by your heart, Allah also turns away from you, saying, O son of Adam, I am better than what you are turning towards. I am better than what's distracting you from me. When he turns back to his prayer, when he now regain attention and khushu', Allah turns towards him again. Yeah. So you turn away from Allah, Allah will turn away from you. You turn towards Allah, Allah will turn towards you. Okay? Number two of the consequences of distraction, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, so woe to those who pray, but who are heedless of their prayer. Who can tell me what is this surah? Which surah is this?
Surah Baqarah.
It is Surah Al-Ma'un. فويل للمصلين الذين هم عن صلاتهم ساهون. Alright? So basically, most of the scholars say the people who are heedless in the prayer, those who don't pray, or just pray some of the prayers and neglect the rest, or don't pray on time. But I want to draw your attention that the ayah is more general than that. The woe, the punishment of Allah will include those five categories. Number one, neglecting all or some of the prayers, offering all the prayers, but not at the appointed time. Number three, don't perform ruku and sujud in the due manner. You do them very quickly. Number four, neglecting khushu', and this is our point. Number five, frequently delaying the prayer close to the end of its time. Okay, if it happens like occasionally, that's all right. But you frequently delay the prayer, this is like the prayer of the hypocrites. So in order to avoid the woe and the punishment of Allah, you have to avoid all these five bad qualities. Okay? Number three, from the consequences of distraction. This time, it is distraction in dua, but we can also apply it to salah. Prophet Muhammad said, Allah doesn't accept the dua from a neglectful, inattentive heart. Okay? If you don't pray, if you don't pay attention when you are praying to Allah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not accept your dua. Okay? You find this frequent in the Jum'ah, in the Friday prayer. All the people say Ameen, 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 but lots of them are not paying attention to what the Imam is praying for. Okay? Number four of the consequences. Hamza, Yahya, Ibrahim, you are all paying attention?
Yeah.
Muted it.
Number four, difficult standing before Allah on the Judgment Day. Ibn al-Qayyim, may Allah have mercy on him, said, every individual must stand before Allah twice. When he stands before him in prayer and when he stands before him on the day of judgment, on the day he meets him. Whoever stands before Allah as he should in the first instance, the first time, which is in the prayer, the second standing will be made easy for him. Yeah, basically, if you do well when you stand before Allah in prayer, the second standing on the judgment day will be easy. But whoever is heedless with regard to this standing when you pray, you are heedless and does not stand before Allah in prayer as he should, that standing on the day of resurrection will be made difficult for him. Yeah, I just want you to imagine the judgment day when it happens and you are standing before Allah and Allah will ask you, you've been inattentive and heedless in your prayer. You're not standing in awe and fear and humbleness in your prayer. Why? Okay? You will not find any answer to this question.
Yeah.
All right? So, if you stand before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala well in this world by being attentive and having khushu', Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make the second standing on the judgment day easy. If you don't stand well, if you are inattentive and heedless, the second standing before Allah on the judgment day will be difficult for you. All right? Number 5 of the consequences of distraction in Salah, developing a sinful habit that might remain until death. We said the person who are not paying attention in Salah, all the Salah long, okay, they are sinful. But the problem that this sin might remain with you all the time. Sayyidina Umar ibn al-Khattab, may Allah be pleased with him, the great companion, said, a man may grow old in Islam, yet he has not completed even a single unit of prayer for the sake of Allah. A man grow old, becomes like 50, 60, 70, and still didn't pray one single rak'ah with full khushu'. He was asked, how so, O leader of the believers? How man can remain this long period of time without praying one rak'ah for the sake of Allah? He said, it doesn't perfect its bowing or its prostration or attention. Okay? So pay attention to this. There are certain frequent actions that we do, okay? And sometimes we don't pay attention to them. We don't pay attention that we don't offer them in the best way. Okay, an example for this is prayer. We get used to pray, okay, so we just do it as a kind of routine without knowing that every single prayer I have to prepare myself for it. Okay? So pay attention that every single prayer you need to get ready for it. Take this story that happened for one of the Muslims. It is narrated that the scholar was weeping at his death moment. When he was dying, he was weeping. And when his students tried to comfort him, saying to him, no worries about you, inshallah. You have been a good teacher to us. And should you die now, you will meet a merciful Lord. It's something good. One of the recommended actions, when you think someone is dying, remind him about the mercy of Allah, about the kindness of Allah, about the forgiveness of Allah. Okay, and we will take care of your kids and family. So don't weep. You will meet a merciful Lord and will take care of your family. So he said to them, I'm not weeping for leaving the world, but for my inattention in prayer. Or I didn't read, I didn't make ruku', I didn't make sujud except in a state of inattention. We call it ghafla in Arabic, inattention. And here I am now dying upon inattention. He developed a sinful habit that remained with him until the point of death. Okay? So pay attention to this. Cut this bad habit of inattention in Salah. Allah the Almighty says in the Quran, وَأَقِمِ الصَّلَاةَ لِذِكْرِي. Establish the prayer for my remembrance. What is the point? What is the purpose? What is the goal of praying is to remember Allah. So if you don't remember Allah, you didn't get the point of the prayer.